Hello, health students. This is Mrs. Jones again. I'm here today to talk about measurement conversion using the English system of measurement, what we use in the United States. Our last lesson was on the metric system, and it was all about moving the decimal point. These are units that we use in the United States, and how we convert between them can be very easily done. Now, this might be a different method than what you've taught maybe in a science class at your sending school. Your sending school may have taught you something that's called factor label method, and it's just a little bit too cumbersome for what we really need. So if you're going from a large unit into a smaller unit, you're going to multiply by some conversion factor. And I advise you to write L to S times. That's just going to help you kind of see it better. And if we're converting from a small unit into a larger unit, we're going to divide by some conversion factor. Okay, now this might seem a little bit weird because you feel like if your gut feeling is that if you're going into something smaller, you wouldn't multiply. But you multiply because if each unit is smaller, there's going to be more of them there. If you've been in my class before, you may remember me talking about shoe boxes and refrigerators. There were a whole lot more shoe boxes because each one was smaller. So I'm going to go through a couple examples in each section so that you guys can use those to finish the rest of the assignment. So right here, we have inches into feet. And we have to think to ourselves that inches are smaller than feet. So I'm going to put a little L and a little S above there. That's just helping me see that I'm converting from a small unit into a large unit, which I know small into large means that I'm going to divide by something. And so I'm going to write divide. And if you don't know the conversion factor for inches and feet, you look up to the table at the top, and right in the middle it says that there's 12 inches in a foot. So I'm going to divide by 12. 84 divided by 12 is 7. So 84 inches is the same as 7 feet. Okay? All right, I'm going to do another example on the next page, which on the next page you're going to see that in this table at the top there are some metric things in there, but there are still the things that we use in the United States. There are still English units in there. So our method is still the same. And let's do an example. And you know what? I want to do this one that's right here. 5.5 meters as feet. So a meter is larger than a foot, right? Think about a meter stick. If we go, that means we're going large to small, which means that we're going to multiply. Large to small is multiply, see that? And we're looking for meters and feet. I don't expect you to memorize these ones, but meters and feet is right there. See, 1 meter, there's 3.2808 feet. And yes, you got to use all of that decimal. 3.2808. You can grab a calculator to help you multiply that. 2808. And I get 18.0444. And these would now be feet. As far as rounding these answers go, I don't care where you round them to as long as you round them correctly. All right? Good. And now let me show you one example on the next section here. These are liquid measurements. And many of these measurements are things that we use in the United States. And because of that, we're going to use that same method, that large to small, you multiply, small to large, you divide. So right here, Let's do ounces and cc's, this first example. A cc is the exact same thing as a milliliter. You got to remember that because that's a NOCTI question. So a milliliter is something that is very, very, very small. And an ounce, it's like one of those, excuse me, one of those cups that you've taken liquid medicine out of. That's an ounce. So we're going large to small. Large to small means that we multiply by something. See that up there? Large to small, we multiply. And we're going to look to this chart. If you don't know it, it's the fourth thing down on the chart there. 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 30 milliliters in an ounce. So I'm going to multiply this by 30. So that means in 4 ounces, there's 120 cc's. All right. I hope this helps you with the assignment that is coming up, and feel free to email me if you need anything, and I hope to see you soon. All right. Goodbye.